Okay, yesterday till here I completed. I remember that. So we'll start from the abnormal behavior. Okay, now focus on activity 8. Don't focus on activity 8. Like they are in activity 7, if you see, they are saying to you what comes in your time when you heard the word abnormal. Tell me. Abnormal means like the people will say that those people are not behaving normally, which is not accepted by everyone. Those are called as abnormal. Does it mean something different from you? Yes. Or something you have not seen? Yes. Or something you don't approve? Do this criteria really make something? Think about it. What would be your definition called someone normal? Okay. So here activity 8, if I talk about, think about following situation. In activity 8, if you see, we need to think about the situation which is given in the following, right? Try and apply the criteria for abnormality. Okay. Try and apply the criteria for abnormality that you came up with to these cases. So they are saying that we need to think about the following situation, and they are saying that we need to try and apply the criteria for abnormality. There are various criteria there, we need to apply it, the abnormality that you came up with to these cases, and try to judge if they could be called abnormal. So there are certain situations are given, and we need to judge, and we need to say that that situation is normal situation or abnormal situation. We need to say this only. Okay, first, Samir like to dress up like girls. What do you think? Samir is a boy, and Samir likes to dress up like a girl. Is this normal or is this abnormal? What do you think? It's abnormal. But you can see that even the girls like to dress up like a boys. I don't think so. That is not a, that is a normal, because in society, if you see the society, people are accepting the girls if they are wearing a jeans and shirt, but if the boys are wearing the girls clothes, they are not accepting it. Kushal is confused about his sexual orientation. Kushal is a boy. He is confused about his sexual orientation, like he is a boy or a girl. After marriage, Shoaib went to live with in-laws. What do you think, Shoaib? After marriage, he went to live with his in-laws. Okay, he went to live with his in-laws. Okay, in-laws means he went to live with his not family, with his wife family. It is normal, right? Joseph loved to be alone and travel as alone. Fourth one is abnormal. I think the first and second one is abnormal. Delna's introvert does not like to mix with anyone. It's a normal. Are the above mentioned behavior really abnormal according to your criteria? Do you need to change your criteria? Okay. So we can say that according to you, what society thinks it's normal, it's normal. What society not thinks abnormal, so it's not. According to the social point of view, we are thinking that normal and abnormal. Now we are going to focus on criteria for abnormality. Okay, we need to focus on criteria for abnormality. Okay, what we need to focus? Criteria for abnormality. Okay, criteria for abnormality. Clear? In physiological sense, abnormality has a definite criteria for everything. If you see, there are criteria like certain. What first of all we need to understand criteria means what. Like when you had taken admission in college of commerce or science, so you have to fulfill the certain criteria before admission. So we are going to understand the criteria for abnormality If this criteria is fulfilled in any person, we can say that that person is not a normal, that person is abnormal. Okay, in physiological sense, abnormality has a definite criteria for everything. Okay, in physiological sense, abnormality has a definite criteria for everything. Okay, in a physiological sense, abnormality has a definite criteria for everything. If I talk about in physiological sense, okay, in physiological, they are saying that in physiological sense, abnormality has a uh, definite criteria for everything. Like abnormality has a criteria. For example, for adult human beings, height above 7 feet or below 4 feet is considered as abnormal. So in physical sense, in physical sense, if the height is too long, if the height is too short, then we can say that person are not normal. It is abnormal. Physical has a clear parameters. In psychology, certain efforts are made to definite abnormality in terms of intensity, duration, perception of the behavior. So basically, if you see in physiological sense, you can able to judge that person is normal, that person is abnormal, because that person height is very long, that person height is very short, that person is abnormal. But in psychological sense, it becomes very difficult. But we are going to judge in terms of what is the intensity of the behavior, what is the duration of the behavior, what is the pervasiveness of the behavior, and function level of the individual, how the individual is functioning. Okay, what is that? So here we are going to focus, we are learning about the criteria. If this criteria is fulfilled, that person is definitely called as normal. That person is going to called as abnormal. Okay, uh, one more thing, let us understand what abnormal behavior is. Let us understand what abnormal behavior is. What is abnormal behavior? We need to understand that abnormal behavior is defined as the behavior. Okay, abnormal behavior is the behavior. Abnormal behavior is defined as the behavior that is disturbing. Okay, that is disturbing, which is socially unacceptable, distressing, maladaptive, and often. So they are saying that if we need to understand the abnormal behavior, what is abnormal behavior? Abnormal behavior is defined, or abnormal behavior are those behavior which is disturbing, which is not acceptable in the society, which is not unacceptable in society, distressing, totally disturbing, maladaptive, self-defeating people are, and often is result into distorted thoughts for a long period of time. In simple words, I can say that abnormal behavior are those behavior which are not accepted by the society. Okay, which are, if you see any person, that person is behaving very differently, like which you will fear, which you will feel that is weird. I can give you example. If you are walking in the shopping mall and one person is actually hitting on his face again and again, so that means that behavior is not accepted by everyone, that behavior is abnormal. So there are many behaviors are there which are not accepted by society, that is called as abnormal behavior. Okay, and now activity 9. Following are the example few abnormal behaviors. Inspect them closely. Some examples are grouped together. Try to reason why the criteria on which examples mentioned below are abnormal. Okay, so if you see, there are certain cases are given and we need to inspect them, which behavior is abnormal. We need to inspect them, we need to inspect that only. Okay, which behavior are accepted, which are not. Okay, which behavior are accepted, which are not. Malik feels that somebody is constantly watching over him. Malik feels that somebody is constantly watching over him or spying over him. So there is a boy Malik. Malik feels what? Malik feels that somebody is watching him, somebody is spying over him, and Madhura constantly washes her hands, cleaning that germs are everywhere. And Jahangir derives great pleasure in breaking the rules. And Shama has an IQ which is very low from the standard age. There are four examples given. Okay, in the first case, they are saying that Malik is a boy. He feels that someone is watching him. Someone is spying over him. Madhura constantly washing her hand. She thinks that like germs are everywhere. Jahangir, third one. Jahangir derives a great pleasure when breaking the rules. Like Jahangir is a boy, he is breaking the rules. He feels pleasure. And Shama has an IQ which is very lower than average. What do you think? These are abnormal behavior or normal? It's upon you. Then third one, Shahnaz feels extremely low throughout the day. Okay, Shahnaz feels extremely low throughout the day. Okay. Shahnaz feels extremely low throughout the day. Shahnaz is a girl. She feels extremely low throughout the day. She is able to perform her normal duties well, but she feels constantly unhappy. She cries every night. Shahnaz is a girl. She feels very tired. She feels unhappy. She cries every night. What do you think? This is normal behavior or normal? Shraddha feels so lethargic that she cannot get out of her bed. Shraddha feels so lethargic, like she cannot get out of her bed. Like she feels same tired, and she cannot take care of herself. She cannot do her day-to-day function adequately. Okay, so which means that you can able to see, like in terms of Malik feels like that is, I think so, abnormal behavior. Madhura, abnormal behavior. Jahangir, abnormal behavior. Sama, normal behavior. Shahnaz feels normal behavior. And third one is also normal behavior. As can be seen from example above, there are three major criteria for abnormal behavior that we are going to learn now. Okay, the first is deviance, personal distress, failure of function normally. Deviance is nothing but like you, which is not accepted in the society. Personal distress, like you are feeling low because of something. Failure to function normally, which are not, you are not able to do a daily function. So these are the three basic criteria. You are abnormal. You are considered as abnormal person. If your behavior is not accepted in the society, then definitely you are abnormal. Your behavior is inappropriate. Second, your personal distress. You are feeling low every time. That is also abnormal. You are not able to do a normal routine work. Then definitely there is a problem. Now, let us look at this criteria. It is necessary to remember that judging someone by only one criteria can be less misleading. So if you want to say any person is abnormal person, so you need to understand like these three criteria are fulfilled on them or not. Without fulfillment you cannot say. Okay, the fulfillment is very important. Okay, so the first is deviance. Look at the example of Malik and Madhura and Jahangir above. Malik and Madhura shows form of thinking which is unreal. Okay, and Jahangir displays behavior which is against the set of laws. Shama is IQ which is lower average. Statistically speaking, such people are rare to find. The statistically Shama is deviant. Shama is over deviant, like it is rarely found. Generally, when particularly, so they are saying that if you see in the above case, in the first case, Jahangir, Malik and Madhura. Okay. So statistically speaking, like it is very rarely to find like they are deviant. Generally, when a particular behavior is performed or displayed by a majority of people, it is considered as normal behavior. So they are saying that whenever just imagine if the Shama is cleaning her uh, washing her hand. So but if many people are doing the same thing, that is acceptable behavior, which means during the lockdown many people are washing their hands, which is acceptable by the society. So any person who does not follow such behavior which is harmful to self as well as other is considered as abnormal. So they are saying that which is harmful for them or harmful for other, that is nothing but the abnormal behavior. Okay, but this criteria is insufficient to explain abnormality. Okay, so this criteria is not sufficient to explain abnormality. For example, taking bath is normal behavior in India, but does that mean those who don't take bath for 4 days are abnormal? So they are saying that if you take a bath every day, which is like a person who don't take bath, that is abnormal. Does not think if a person is taking more than 4 bath in a week, so in a day, so that is also abnormal. Even according to the culture norm, something which is considered normal in one culture, in another culture which is abnormal. Okay, so I am stopping here. Deviance we will going to complete from here now.